The uncertainty intensifies for people from Afghanistan who aided the U.S. military now that a federal promise for protection expired last week.
So Isabel Garcia joins us now in studio with insight on an organization helping our allies resettle in Rochester. Isabel?
Yes, good evening to both of you. An appellate court just this past Monday ruled the Trump administration can move forward, ending what's called the Temporary Protective Status, TPS program, while also directing a lower court to, quote unquote, move expeditiously to hear the case. This, however, means as of right now, that program is gone. Ellen Smith, executive director of the nonprofit Keeping Our Promise, explains this is creating a challenging situation for our allies and their loved ones. An immigration advocacy group, CASA, recently sued the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, over the decision to pull TPS, citing grave danger if individuals are forced to return to countries in crisis. The program was first established after the United States withdrew troops from Afghanistan in August of 2021, which is when the Taliban took over. Special immigrant visa holders like interpreters, maintenance workers, and others who helped the U.S. in wartime are being advised to now apply for humanitarian parole for their families and also to apply for asylum.
I mean, right now it's gone, right? And these families need to have asylum claims. Now, locally, we have advised families that if they are in this situation to immediately contact Just Cause, and Just Cause will help them with their asylum claims. And that's very important, not just for the Afghans, but for others who might be here on temporary protective status.
The U.S. government has argued in court the TPS program is intended to be temporary, stating Afghanistan is now safe enough for TPS recipients to return. The State Department has placed a do not travel advisory on Afghanistan, warning of the risk of, quote, civil unrest, crime, terrorism, risk of wrongful detention, kidnapping, and limited health facilities.
Yes, families got targeted in Afghanistan. We've had brothers killed. We've had fathers killed. It's really important, like the family members didn't have to be the ones to work for the United States to be targeted.
Smith explains Afghans she's worked with at the organization have described conditions in their country, in particular for girls and women, as dire.
They cannot get health care. All of these public clinics are closing. USAID programs that were specifically targeted to help women pulled. They are closed. So just being a woman, the fact that if your parents don't marry you, the Taliban will figure out who you need to marry. And you are a prisoner for life.
Now, Smith goes on to note the immigration courts are backed up still with a local Afghan family seeking both an SIV claim and asylum. Their asylum hearing is currently set for 2027. Also to note, earlier this month, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for the supreme leader of the Taliban and the chief justice there. This on grounds of crimes against humanity, specifically gender apartheid. For now, reporting in the studio, Isabel Garcia, News 8.